Well, hello. Long time no see, my friends. So, I'm actually sitting in the parking lot at Whole Foods right now, waiting to go in. I'm a little nervous because I haven't been around this many people in a very long time. But I have a lot of things that I need to get in the store. I'm finally going to talk to you guys about my fibromyalgia. I filmed a video about a month and a half ago and never posted it. I keep promising everybody I'm going to talk about my fibro, but today it's going to be the day. So I'm going to go in. I need some supplements that I have to take guided by my rheumatologist, and we're going to talk about it. And I'm going to go inside. And because it's 2020, I'm going to mask up. Okay, as much as I dislike wearing my mask, because I usually wear it all night at work or most of the night at work, and it's hot and sweaty and hard to breathe. It wasn't that hard to go into the store and do it, so. And thankfully there was a ton of people wearing masks, so I felt a little less awkward about it. I actually had to leave my county. My county is where there's not very many cases. They're kind of going up now that everything's reopened, but I'm in Little Rock and they have a lot more cases in this county. But it was really nice to see a lot of people wearing their masks. Yes, you can see I got makeup all over mine. But I was really grateful to see that, because I can't risk taking this back into work. So, anywho, I'm gonna head home, get everything in the house, and then I'll do a little mini Whole Foods haul for you guys. So I am back from Whole Foods, and I'm super excited to show you some of the things. A few years ago, I was actually gluten-free for a couple years, and so I kind of knew the things I liked, but I wanted to check out some new things and see if gluten-free products have kind of gotten any better. But I know that one of my favorite things in the world are Hail Marys. They haven't made the lemon ones in a long time that I've found, but they have the tart versions of them. They're so good. I got some vegan D3 recommended by my doctor, so I will talk about supplements here later. I got a ton of these gluten-free vegan protein bars. I'm hoping they're good. They came highly recommended. They're by a company called New Go. And I ended up getting chocolate pretzel and chocolate chip, and I think a mint chocolate too. So I'll report back on those. It's a good thing because I can set things right here. I got these mini Halo oranges, which are one of my favorites and good to take to work. I got some of these grain-free tortilla chips. I absolutely love these. My kids love these. I can't do corn. I've been allergic to it for a long time. But these are a great alternative that I already knew about. I ended up finding this veggie broth from Ocean's Halo, and they were on a clear out. Like, this is the last chance type of buy, so it was the last chance to get them, so they were pretty cheap. So I got these for cooking with. I got some pre-made gluten-free pasta. This one is just regular spaghetti, and this one is lemon thyme linguine. So I'm excited to try these and see how they turn out. I have a bushel, just a big old container full of basil. It's flowering. I've got to pick it soon. So I'm excited to make some pesto to go with that. And I was a little disappointed. They only had one package of mushroom ravioli from Kite Hill. The vegans, they took everything at Whole Foods. I also got the Kite Hill ricotta tortellini. These are both really good. I've tried both of them before. But those are not gluten-free. I'll kind of explain why I'm talking about gluten-free here. Gluten-free baguettes. These are against the grain. I used to follow this blogger a long time ago, and I really liked her recipes, so I'm hoping that these will be good. They're kind of, I didn't see if they were vegan. Hang on. Oh, it's not vegan. It's paleo. Well, no, milk is not paleo friendly. I don't know. But it's grain-free. It's gluten-free. It's corn-free. I also ended up buying some fresh cold pressed juices. if I can finish these, I'll go buy more because I'm wanting to get some juices in my diet to see if it will help with my inflammation and getting more vegetables and fruits into my diet. So I ended up getting the green lemonade, the tropical greens, green aid, and because I can't do all green, I got the citrus refresh. So I'm going to try these and see how that goes, see if I can get used to it a little more and try to get that in my diet before I worry about whether I'm going to purchase the juice or not. We used to have one before the tornado, but we haven't repurchased it since, but I've been considering it lately, so we'll see. Vegan mozzarella, smoked provolone slices. These are my favorite for grilled cheeses. Oh, I forgot I got me a nice bottle of water. This would have helped me like an hour ago. I do try to get some spring water on occasion because it has more minerals in it. That's why it has kind of a metallic flavor to it, especially magnesium. And this is actually bottled here in Arkansas. You can find them a lot around hot springs and in other places in central Arkansas. But little known fact, I actually peeped Jaclyn Hill having some of this in her pantry. So I got some Oatly. It's oat milk. It's dairy free, no nuts, and gluten free. And I'm gonna try this. A lot of people recommend this as a dairy-free alternative. I really don't care for dairy-free milk. It's just, it doesn't taste good. Unless you're talking about like chocolate almond milk, and you can't drink that every day. But I was super excited to find that, and I'm gonna try it out. I did get some pre-cooked, pasture-raised hard-boiled eggs. I like to use these when I do kimchi stew. Put them in the top. Super delicious. Kind of racked up on all the vegan cheeses that were at Whole Foods that I hadn't tried before. I also found Miyoko's cream cheese. I've been waiting for this. I hope it's amazing like everybody says. And I got some Kite Hill sour cream. I found Miyoko's sliced cheese, pepper jack, and cheddar. I'm hoping this is epic. Hoping. Please be epic. I got some grain-free tortillas. Some vegan bacon because I'm wanting to do a marinated tomato salad that I think will be delicious. To use all my cute little baby tomatoes that I grew. Some gluten-free soy sauce. Dulse flakes, which are supposed to be a source of iodine. Oh, it says iodine, protein, iron, potassium, B6, and B12. That's pretty cool. More cheese. More bacon. I ended up finally, I have not been able to find these anywhere, a whole cluster of these oyster mushrooms because I've watched Wicked Healthy. He does a lot of like vegan steaks with these, and he uses 2 cast iron pans and presses them and gets them all crusty and yummy looking. So I'm wanting to try this. I'm not a huge fan of mushrooms, but I'm always looking for a way to get them in my diet. So, super excited about those. And then I found the tiniest potatoes. The tiniest itty bittiest potatoes that I think I'm going to roast up. I don't know that I'll use whatever this is, but they look absolutely adorable. It says hickory smoked salt and pepper. Peewee potatoes. Ingredients: potatoes, hickory smoked seasoning, black pepper, sea salt, red bell pepper, natural hickory smoke. Oh, actually I might use that. I thought it might have butter, but it's actually just seasoning. So I'm going to try this out. I'm super excited about this. And then last but not least, your girl's been on TikTok. If you're not following me over there, it's a good idea to do so. I try to post funny things, life things, fibro things. It's just the life of Amy Lee. I'll put it right here somewhere. But there's this talk about White Claw. And I ended up getting some. We live in a wet county. Sorry. I can't talk. I'm not used to this anymore. So I live in a dry county, which means you can't buy alcohol here unless it's like at a restaurant. And so I ended up getting some while I was in Rock because they're a wet county. They can sell alcohol at grocery stores. So I'm going to try that. It's also gluten-free. But, you know, life has just been trying me lately, and I was just like, you know what, a little something, something. So I hope you've enjoyed this little quick haul. I will see you, well, no, I won't see you. I won't see you, because I can't see you. Now that I've showed you everything from my Whole Foods haul, let's go talk about fibromyalgia, life, and all the things going on there. I love snapping. I love snapping and then like transitioning. It's my favorite thing. Okay, so we're going to talk about fibromyalgia and how I've been dealing with it. So I haven't talked really about it since I was diagnosed, but I was diagnosed mid to late November of last year by a rheumatologist. My doctors had done several tests and my inflammation is extremely high, and they originally thought maybe I had lupus, but the certain tests indicating lupus came back negative, which technically is kind of a good thing because lupus is a chronic illness that is not curable and very hard to manage and has to take some hardcore medication to manage that. I actually have a friend of the family that has lupus, and I know that's a struggle for that person, so mad respect for all of my friends out there with lupus. I read enough about it when I thought that I might be diagnosed with it that like my heart goes out to all of you. I ended up being diagnosed with fibromyalgia. There was like 18, there were 18 tender points, which there's different parts on the body. I'm not pointing to actual ones, but tender points on the body that actually show if you have X amount of them, then you have fibromyalgia. And I had a good majority of them. I think she said I had at least 14 out of 18. And then I got down to 11 out of 18. And then this last time she didn't even check. I have been seeing my rheumatologist every 3 months. And I have been taking gabapentin for it. And I am not happy with my medication right now. My rheumatologist has just been upping my meds every 3 months. And I'm not really feeling that much of an improvement. I've been off my meds for the last 3 or 4 days, and I feel the same as if I was taking my meds. So it's not doing anything to help. So I'm kind of taking the responsibility for it, and I'm trying to change some things on my own to try to help get better, since my rheumatologist basically just isn't able to help me. She says that there's not much else she can do since I won't let her prescribe Cymbalta, which is supposed to help with depression as well as fibromyalgia. And unfortunately, I've taken this class of meds before and ended up in the mental health ward because it made me suicidal. Sorry if I'll try to put a trigger warning before I say that. Sorry if that triggers anybody, but it happened. And I can't risk my job like that right now. I can't risk my family's well-being. I can't risk my own well-being for that. Especially when I'm taking natural supplements. I'm taking a non-hemp-based CBD. I'm taking a nutritional supplement for just general well-being and happiness. And it's done such a good job. I've literally been able to keep my job for over a year. And that's been a struggle over the last few years. I was really dealing with a lot of anxiety and PTSD after the tornado. And it was really tough to find something that fit. And I love my job. It's tough. My job makes me want to drink. It makes me want to pull my hair out sometimes. But at the same time, I absolutely love my job and I love the people I work with, and that's not something that you find very often. With dealing with fibromyalgia, a lot of people don't really know what it is. Basically, it's a pain disorder, and you feel pain everywhere. The rheumatologist explained it like this. Say she were to come up to you and prick you with a needle. Ow, that hurts, but in a few seconds it's going to be gone and you're going to forget about it. But she comes up to me and pricks me with a needle. I'm going to be like, ow, and I'm going to feel it for a day or two, and it might bruise. So it's just one of those things that I didn't really understand fibromyalgia until I have it. And a lot of people really don't still understand what it is. I get a lot of exhaustion, tiredness. I have a lot of wandering aches and pains. Like, for instance, one day my left knee will hurt, and then the next day my right ankle will hurt. I was also diagnosed with plantar fasciitis a couple weeks ago, so that's no fun.
And I also get these intense, sharp pains as if somebody invisible was coming up to me to stab me with a knife. And that one's the most kind of off-putting for some people because I will randomly just yell, ow! And it's because it literally feels like somebody just came up and hit me. So, which is weird. I definitely have struggled with this because as a kid, I was called a hypochondriac, that I was faking it, that I was not actually sick, I wasn't actually hurting, I didn't actually have a headache, that I was just basically faking it. And I was told that a lot in my life, even though I was in serious pain. And I ended up, for the most part of my life, just shutting down and not telling people when I hurt or when I didn't feel good, until it got to the point where I couldn't help it anymore. And I remember crying to my husband and just being like, if it's all in my mind, why won't it just go away? Like, if it's not real, just stop. Just make it go away. Like, can I believe hard enough for this to go away? And sadly, you can't just wish it away. You can't just say, all right, well, I'm just being a hypochondriac. You know, it'll go away. Because it didn't. It won't go away. And so I am doing DDP yoga. It's a program that I've done before and had a good amount of success with as far as increasing my flexibility and strength. Now, this was a few years ago before I contracted Rocky Mountain spotted fever and my alpha-gal allergy, and everything's kind of gone hill. I can't talk. Everything's kind of gone downhill since then. But I'm trying to go more gluten-free, dairy-free. I don't plan on going vegan again. I wish I could, but with my job and everything, I just have not been able to find that right balance for me. I've tried many times for many years. I still eat vegan food. I still eat vegan products. I still buy plenty of vegan things, including makeup, textiles, things like that. But as far as my diet, I have not been able to find a sustainable vegan diet that works for me, which sucks because I would love to be 100% vegan. But unfortunately, I'm just that one in a million. Just, it doesn't work. But I do highly encourage you guys, if you have had success, to do whatever fits you and your body. I'm not speaking out against veganism or for veganism. Do what works best for you and your body and what your doctor recommends. I also mentioned in my haul that I ended up getting a vegan vitamin D3. It's because I actually have an alpha-gal allergy. I can't take gelatin-based capsules and things like that, so I have to take the vegan version. I actually am taking this based on testing and at the recommendation of my rheumatologist. I recommend that if you feel like you might be low on vitamin D, just go get a simple blood test. It's not that hard. It's not that expensive. It's also commonly thrown in on regular checkups. I actually tested. The normal range is supposed to be 30 to 80, I believe, if I remember correctly. And I was at a 16. The bottom range was 30. And I was halfway away from that. So, halfway away from that. What am I saying? I was 14 points lower than that. That's insane. But I had an updated check on my blood and my vitamin D went from 16 to 29. Now, I have heard stories and that maybe 40 is more ideal than in the 30s. So that's where I'm going to try to get. I actually saw an actual improvement in 3 months with supplementing. So I know that my body is absorbing the vitamin D and it is helping improve. I do have better overall energy. It's not quite perfect yet, but I do feel a little bit better. Now if only the pain would go away. So with DDP Yoga, I am really focusing on what their app is. I went ahead and purchased it, signed up for the subscription, And no, I'm not an affiliate with them. No, I'm not promoting this. I don't have a code or anything like that. I like being able to go here, there. It's flexible. I'm currently struggling with getting in enough workouts per week, just with my schedule and figuring out when to work out, and just basically having the motivation to do so, especially on the weeks where I work 5 12-hour shifts, 3 of them in a row. It's 2 on, 2 off, and then 3 on. Those weeks are the worst, and it's the hardest for me to want to work out. The whole epidemic that's been going on lately has really taken a large toll on my work life because there's been a lot of changes, necessary changes that I wholeheartedly agree with, but it definitely makes, it's stressful. So that's been tough dealing with that and coming home. And the thing is my kids are quarantined with family. Yes, they are nearby. Yes, I can see them on occasion across the street, but it's been really tough not being able to see my kids every day. That's the hardest part. I miss them terribly, and I actually got really upset a couple days ago because I was half awake. My alarm had gone off. I was supposed to get up and get ready for work, and I thought I heard my husband talking to the kids, so I thought they had come home for some reason. And I got up, started getting around, getting dressed and stuff like that, and came out, and apparently I was dreaming half of it because, yes, my husband was awake, but he was talking to the dog, and the kids were not home. So that was really hard, and I cried half the night about it, and it really sucked. But other than that, things are fine. We've been safe, pretty healthy other than the fibro, thankfully. And yeah, so I think I'm gonna end this little update fibro vlog, whatever I end up calling this. I may try to start doing more of them. If you'd like to see more or have specific things you'd like to know or see, please give me a thumbs up. Write me a little comment down below. Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you on the next one. Bye, guys.